So we stay locked in at 1-1.
Oh, lovely. Welsh transitions moving really well. Good pressure from Ireland to get up and make the touch. Wales will have one more to strike. Oh, good touch. Great cover in play. Oh, and he's tried to give the ball back, but you can't fling it. Can't fling it carelessly, and that gives Ireland an easy out.
You can see what's happened there as well. There was a sort of heavy touch came in after the play, and I think he's a bit frustrated at that, and so he's sort of launched the ball back but tried to make it look like he's giving the ball back, and referees are wise to it.
Yeah, definitely, and it's one of them where you know, you've got to walk that line pretty carefully. You don't want to compound those errors. You know, if you set is done, set is complete. As long as you're killing the ball deep into opposition territory, you've got a good chance to get a defensive shot. But if you throw the ball away and give them a needless advantage of 10 meters, then you know, you're taking away that chance of getting an early shutout. Oh, good speed. No one at half. Just slowed down for a second, but they're back into their transition. Lovely ball skills to move it expansive, and now they're back into their flow.
And oh my word, not only is the sun out, I think I can feel the temperature rising. It's incredible.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I don't know what to do with myself. I mean, it's still not hot. Wales, good chance here. They get the ball down, and it is the lengthy Ed Maguire that gets down. Actually, in that instance, he had quite a long way to get down. It wasn't so much the long dive as having to just get down nice and fast. Makes tidy work of it, though. It's a lovely little scoop pickup, wasn't it, from Fraser Britton there?
Yeah, and because they're moving at such pace, the Irish winger has actually retreated beyond his own try line. So, like you say, it is just a case of catch and ground, and that's the benefit of having such a direct plays. You can catch players retreating beyond their try line, and if that's the case and you get the ball down, more often than not, the referees will vow in your favour. Ireland now trying to equalise the scores. Half is just a little bit slow to the play. Early release is on. Can he ground the ball? Brilliant covering touch, but I think Ireland are going to get an offside penalty. Brilliant shot there from the link, just recognising that the hole is too big. Needed that vital intervention, and they get there. Oh, lovely. Lovely score. Lovely score. Just worried about the what happened the play before of the early release, and they increased that defensive spacing just slightly too much, and Ireland just dive under the covering touch.
Yeah, and I think it's Daniel Morrigan that gets across. It is indeed. That's a really good finish, actually. Under pressure on both sides, but gets away in 2-2.
And that's the benefit you have of being able to run through your variations, your progressions from similar platforms, is defences then start to worry about their extra option, and then you can just get underneath. It's a really well-designed play there from Ireland, but Wales right back into the attack. Not many midfield turnovers in the early doors in this game. Both teams going all out at the line. Link punish, steps back on the inside, dummy, ball down. Superb score.
Well, Fraser Britton created one, scored another. He's pulling some strings out there.
Yeah, it's really well worked because they bit congested over on the right-hand side. They work it over to the left. Link punish. Link has to corner really hard to get out. Step back on the inside, little dummy, and the line is begging. Irish defender knows he shouldn't have bought the dummy. It's too late in that instance, though. Wales doing a really good job of frustrating the Irish attack, not allowing them to get into their flow. Oh, good feet, good pace.
Flamboyant flourish of the whistle there. Signals Wales possession. Yeah, Wales have grown into this game really well. We may only be 10 minutes in, but
Wales at the moment seem to have found their rhythm early doors. And this transition is murdering Ireland. They're too fast, too quick. The ball goes. Think it's going to be given a touch and pass, and if that's the case, then it's a superb defensive intervention, and it is. Brilliant individual play, a little bit of after on the far side, but a brilliant individual play there to stop what was a for sure score.
Yeah, great touch, but Wales just look so threatening when they move at pace. They just look unstoppable.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, Wales have got the fast turnover. Ireland is still organising, able to eat up the yards, and Wales look like they're in all sorts of control. Diving at the line, ref seems to be happy, and he is.
Ireland were claiming the touch, but the referee was happy the ball was down first. Jake Lewis stretching out to get there.
Yeah, they're trying to dump on the middle, but the link is promoting because the middle isn't advancing, and I believe that's what the ref called play on for. They're able to just get the ball down before the link gets back onside, and Ireland need to just shore up a bit of these, some of these defensive errors. The spacing's too wide and Wales are too good, and they just pick it apart every time.
Just ran out of road there, Ireland. The defence drifted nicely for Wales.
Yeah, good defensive touch from Tal Nurse there. True and Antwich cohort. Very solid player is Tal. And he gets the defensive shot for his country.
Wales then. Can they get another one that is electrically fast? Breaks out. It's actually really well dealt with early on by Ireland.
Yeah, but it's when you get into touches 4 and 5 for Wales is where they really start to punish Ireland, because they're able to check off, but that's 5th. And Ireland have defended that much better. Much better.
Really strong defensive set from Ireland. Can they provide an equally strong attacking one? No, unfortunately not. That ball just dropped, and now Wales have a really promising attacking position. And look to the right-hand side, thought they were going to give the pass, but instead they decided to just play the more patient game. We've seen them go full gas most of the game, but now they try and ease off it. Big wide pass comes in, and well, whether they go full gas or they ease off it, they still find a way. So impressive from this Welsh side.
The left-handed ball is just superb. Look, he's winding it, bang. Beautiful release, and the winger just has to grab it and ground it. And at the moment, Wales are able to do what they want when they want to do it, and Ireland are struggling to put them under any real pressure.
Ireland trying to set something up here. Getting across the line, but touch is made.
Yeah, this is a bit of a personal gripe, but it does frustrate me when teams on 4th use the strike play they should be using on 5th, because then you create a circumstance in which you've not got a touch to play with, but you've still got possession of the ball. And in those situations, it would be much more beneficial if you were to just take that ball down initially for 5th and then run your final strike play on 5th. At the moment, Ireland are just forcing things a little bit too much, and it lets Wales off the hook, because Wales are just able to hold their space, knowing you've not got a touch to play with, and they don't have to worry about getting back onside. They've just got to hold the space and man on man and make sure that they can cut out any potential opportunities for Ireland. So at the moment, what I'd say for Ireland is you've just got to be able to get the ball down faster and run these strike plays at pace, because that's exactly what Wales are doing, and Wales are finding so much success through it.
Certainly has been a strong start from Wales. 5-2 they lead. Around about 5 minutes left in the half. The rain has decided to sweep in now. Absolutely bizarre day here at Nottingham University, but on the field it's been a fantastic day. Some stunning touch has been played. across every division we've seen, really. We've seen some absolutely fantastic performances across the board.
I would actually say none more so from the Welsh sides. I think the Welsh sides have really put on some performances when on the live stream, and boys 18s are no different.
As a nation overall, the Welsh have been performing well, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. It's a testament to the structure in Welsh sides as well, because a lot of the Welsh players do then come and play in England for the NTS, and they're able to test their mettle against some of the best players in the UK. And I mean, it's paying dividends here. The Welsh sides have really enjoyed themselves on live stream.
They certainly have, and rain is really starting to blow across now. It's not quite what anyone wants.
No, it's going to make this ball greasy, but Wales will be happy with it. I think no touch has been called, but the referee hasn't. Yeah, now there is just a little bit of confusion there, but no touch. Turnover ball.
Ireland dancing through there, finding a bit more space. Now they work close to the try line.
This is better. They'll have one opportunity now. Platform needs to be good. Quickie picks up, goes wide. Lovely catch. Touch has been made. Superb coverage there from the Wales player. Ireland winger thought he was in.
Well, it was an ugly looking pass, but it made its way there and almost resulted in a score for Matthew Coxon. Not quite, but Ireland showing that they can be a threat.
Yeah, definitely. And Ireland just giving away an offside penalty, which makes their lives a lot harder, because Wales have just been able to roll into the middle of the pitch under no real pressure. And now they're checking off beautifully around the outside, but unfortunately that ball gets dumped just a fraction too late. And Ireland are let off the hook from what was initially a superb transition from Wales.
Ireland do well. I was going to say they've done well to get away with a bit of a fumble there, but they didn't get away with it.
No, not at all. They half just stepped into touch as he's played the ball. Really good spot there from the referee. And Ireland at the moment just struggling to find their feet in this game. That'll be a touch and pass maybe. Nope. Referees have a better vantage point than we do.
Not good enough to spot the forward passes. Though, I think, I'm going to get myself into trouble with this, but it's a cross I'm willing to die on.
You'll have players baying for blood. Oh, good dive. Really good dive. That's that long and strong dive, getting low underneath players. Oh, sideline ref has something of note to say to the on-field referee. Nope, waves it off. Score given. Beautiful dive, textbook.
Hugo Lewis with the dive, as you say, absolute textbook.
And he's made to run all the way back to collect the ball and bring it back to the centre.
I reckon Wales won't mind too much about that. It's extended things out to a 6-2 lead, and with 90 seconds left in the half, I think a little bit of having to run back and waste 20 seconds of it chasing the ball down, they won't mind too much.
No, definitely not. Definitely not, and they've been really good value for their lead. They've manipulated the Ireland defence really well, and Ireland, when they are able to get in behind the Welsh defence, just can't quite get players in the right positions to make it count, and they run things a little bit too static. Early releases on, doesn't give, pops it back, touch is made, offside call.
Less than a minute left until the half-time break. Ireland, you'd think, really do need to score off this set. They're going to give it a good go. It's a lovely, oh, I was going to say it was a lovely pickup, but it was just dropped. But they're going to have 6 more, so barring any sort of error, Ireland will have all of the possession in the remainder of this half. The question is, can they make it count? And look to the left-hand side. There's a bit of space out there. Pass isn't accurate enough.
Second penalty. One more and someone goes for time. And they've got to move quick though. Seconds counting down. Referees aren't happy. No, it's been sent for time. They'll have one more heads-up play. Oh, lovely hands. Oh, it's just gone to ground at the last moment.
For half a second, I thought Cockton was going to just show us the little goose step and try and go around the outside as that space got closed up, but pass didn't quite stick. It was a Hail Mary play, had to be. It was the last play of the half. Ireland go in 6-2 down. They'll be wishing they could have found a way across the try. Unfortunately for them, it was the decision by the referees to drop Wales down to 5 after that third penalty. It actually probably cost Ireland the chance of having a proper go because they just ran out of time.
Yeah, definitely, and it is one of those unfortunate moments where the referees are more than entitled to send someone for time, but it's actually just wound down the clock in Wales' favour. I do think though for Ireland they've done they do really good work in the midfield, and then when they get into their final phase of play, trying to attack at the line, it's just too stop-start. They think they're past someone and they get a glancing touch, and they've got to pull it all the way back to get the ball down. It just stops every bit of momentum that you're trying to achieve. And Wales are complete opposites. When they go past someone, they're checking shoulders, communications coming from the players off the ball saying touch is coming, touch is coming. They're able to get the ball down sharp, half is there ready, and then that's all you need to be able to get in behind the defence.
It's been an impressive showing from Wales. They've been, well, as we've been saying, throughout all the divisions, they've been impressive, but this has been a top performance from the young Welsh side. Going very nicely. 6-2 at half-time, their lead against Ireland. We'll be back with you for the second half in a few moments' time. Welcome back. Wales lead at half-time against Ireland, 6-2. Ireland are going to get this one kicked off. Playing in white, Ireland, here against Wales in red. And rather than their traditional green, you might think, wearing white. However, very good for the colourblind amongst us. 14% of the population is colourblind, would you
I know,
believe?
it's insane.
Huge number of people, and apparently Wales versus Ireland, one of the most challenging games for the colourblind.
Yeah, red and green. Two of the main colours. Saw seen a stat somewhere else that said something like 60% of people who are colourblind don't even know that they are colourblind.
Well, I suppose, how would you?
Yeah.
If someone tells you that what you're seeing is green, you're going to go, fair enough, that's green.
Yeah, to be fair.
They're not to know that you're seeing brown instead of green.
Yeah, I'm thankful I'm not amongst that not amongst that group, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you don't think you are. You might be.
Although I only found out a few months ago that your depth perception is meant to be good and not really bad, as I believed. Hence, if anyone sees me, the glasses. Yeah, made for interesting. Well, when I found out, it was a bit
Suddenly seeing things in the distance that other people have been telling you about all these years.
Well, it was one of them where it was like something's really far away and it was slightly blurry, and occasionally there was two of them, and I was like, everyone's the same, right? And I can't just be me. And I was told I need glasses. Well, yeah, fair enough. Probably should have figured that one out for myself.
Well, it's always hard. If you're used to something, it just seems like the way it is. Wales are used to being in the lead here in this game.
Oh, lovely.
They've been in front for quite a while, but that one's intercepted, and there could be a chance here down the right-hand side for Ireland, but actually Wales just swarm around it and slow the play down. That's good defence on the turnover, that.
Very good. And Ireland seem to tighten up defensively, not allowing Wales to have it all their own way, but unfortunately the same errors creep in as to what we saw earlier, which is off the mark, at the roll ball, and struggling heavily in their transition. And it's interesting to note that we've got the England boys coaches on the balcony as well, having a look at these two. Obviously, England boys play Wales, last tap off of the day. No questions as to why they're here.
Tell you what, taking full advantage of their home advantage as well, because the upstairs and the balcony of this very nice University of Nottingham facility is very much restricted access. Obviously, know a man or two on the door here, and have worked their way in.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone's saying no to these two boys sat to the left of us. And they'll be picking this game apart with fascinated eyes, thinking, okay, how this Wales side look up for it. They look very direct. They run hard, they run with power, and they've got brilliant hands to play around shooters. So it'll be posing a lot of questions for the coaches, trying to figure out how they're going to set up later. Because as we were saying earlier, Wales on live stream have been ever so successful, and England later are going to have to try and put an end to that.
Yeah, it's been a good outing for Wales.
Don't really think you could ask for much more. I mean, 20 tries, the victor in the first game. I mean, you know, Wales have really kicked on from that, and I've heard nothing but good things in other divisions, on other pitches as well.
Yeah, every question that's been asked of them, no matter the division, they've come up with the answers so far. And we're going to see them in another division next up as well, because following this game, the 3:50 kickoff, South Africa against Wales in the women's under-18s.
Oh, that'll be a good game. I wonder if the South Africa team have been able to fix a couple of their problems from earlier on, because they looked electric when they were able to kick into gear. It was just actually getting into gear that proved the problem in the end.
Ireland sweep through. Can they find someone spare? Oh, that's good movement.
Yes.
That's really good movement from Matthew Coxon to get himself free and to get Ireland the score that they much needed. They had to score first in this second half, and they have.
Yeah, definitely. Although I'm just noticing on field the referees having a very brief discussion. I think the try is going to get chalked off, unfortunately. Yep, try gets chalked off, but they get a repeat set of 6 for offside.
Well, they deserved that. There was brilliant movement, I thought, from Coxon to get himself free.
If I'm honest, I don't see where the touches come in. I don't see where the touch has come in. I don't see why that it would get pulled back. It's a... Because if the player was offside, he scooped through without being touched, and the winger received the ball and grounded the ball without being touched, then the offside player didn't affect the play, and it should be play on. But Ireland will be... They will grow in confidence because they were able to get over the line. Let's see if they can do it again. It looks like they're able to, but the referee calls the touch.
Feedback is on that previous disallowed score was that he wasn't in control of the ball as he touched it down. He just lost control of it on its way down.
Very tight call.
So Ireland, they've had one chalked off in the second half. Can they engineer another? Not quite this time. Wales will have possession.
Yeah.
But Ireland do need that first score, you feel, don't you? The difference between 6-3 and 7-2 is a big one, and it probably is going to be 7-2. Oh, that's a fantastic diving touch.
Superb diving touch, and they're the interventions that are worth just as much as a try. Absolutely superb wheels to get back in defence and make that covering touch. But again, Wales are just able to play out with this Ireland press way too easily, and you know, they might have a couple touches now on the line.
Another diving touch coming in. Rhys Rutley thought he was away. He thought he was scoring for Wales, and a score that really would have, even at this early stage, put the game to bed.
Yeah.
And a fantastic intervention from Ireland. And again, making the touch. 3 in a row there from Philip Doyle.
In a minute, he showed his worth in defence. I think they're 3 superb defensive interventions, and he trucks off the pitch. Lactic acid in the legs.
Quite right too. He looks about ready to keel over as he comes charging off the field. But fair play.
Yeah.
Philip Doyle. In fact, it's not Philip Doyle because Philip Doyle's just come on. I'll confirm the number though because he's just in front of us and he deserves his shout out for what was an absolutely epic defensive
100%
set. He's receiving high fives from all those around him. And the great tragedy of the whole thing is he's wearing number 16. And we don't have a number 16. He'll never get his shout out. An absolute disaster. Well,
you know who you are. Yeah, you know who you are.
He knows, his family know. If they're watching, tell him we think that was a fantastic defensive intervention on 3 counts, and also tell him to wear the shirt he's been allocated.
Yeah, get yourself on the team sheet, please, pal.
Wales strike. And they've got that crucial first score in the second half. Ed Maguire, the lengthy Ed Maguire, making it count.
Yeah, and Wales just seems to be in the driving seat. They avoided some early pressure from Ireland, soaked it up, and are able to go down the other end and extend the lead out. And Ireland really do have it all to do. It's a shame they had their first score chalked off. However, it does show that when they're in good positions, they get over the line and they really do threaten Wales, but just not consistently enough at the moment. Oh, lovely catch and pass. You can't chalk that one off.
Top work from Ireland in response.
It's lovely core skills. Engage in the pass. Defender comes out the line to engage. 1, 2, bosh. Dive in the corner. Superb grab, superb finish. And you can't help but think if Ireland can do more of that, this game will finish tighter than it currently is.
Yeah, it's a good response from Ireland. But they do need to score from these positions, as well as from the shortened tap-off positions when Wales have scored. They've got to find a way to close this gap up. They're making good ground, advancing well. They're ferreting around. Luke Tanner,
yeah,
burrowing underneath arms and legs and limbs all over the place from Wales there. Wales ball.
The referee has advanced them for throwing the ball away. I thought they were just trying to finish the play.
Like a pass, but
yeah.
Perhaps we missed something.
Oh, who was it? Robin van Persie sent off trying to score a goal. It's one of them. Tough break for Ireland.
Wales could have a little bit of a chance here. Oh, it's tidy work. Won't be a score, but it was sharp footwork and a sign of some of the skills that a few of these Welsh boys have in the locker. And in particular, Ewan Clark, who was just dancing around there. Oh, the little balcony is getting ever more populated.
I know. Oh, it's such a shame. Ball goes out to the winger, but the winger just loses his feet, and Wales are able to capitalise on a reorganising Irish defence. And if the hands go, then there's space. Touch is taken, and they're able to roll into a very dynamic transition. It's third touch on halfway line, the fourth, so fifth is coming now. Might not use the fifth, might just take it and give. They do. Really well finished. Ball is down before the touch is in.
Jake Lewis with the score. And a huge hat tip to Jake Lewis, because he had to come from miles away to get in support here. It looked for all money like it was going to be Isaac Thomas that was the player that they sought out. But Jake Lewis put in that extra bit of effort to get in support, and an invaluable extra bit of effort it was, as it stretches things out to 8-3, and with under 10 minutes to go, 8-3 looks like an insurmountable lead now.
Yeah, it's really tough for Ireland. They did really well to work a score through. Didn't quite have the benefit that they thought it would do. It's not impacted the game in the way that they would desire. And five tries down, 8 minutes to go. It's a tall order. They go wide, superb wide ball, looks to finish in the corner, but the touch comes in. I just feel like some of the Ireland players maybe not on the same page as one another. The tap back was on, didn't quite come to fruition. Ireland now have got to create something from nothing. They work it back to the short side, step, touch is taken, and that'll be turnover. And they've actually turned over the ball in a very advantageous position for Wales, as they're able to take one touch up the box. One there, that'll be off the mark though. Small errors creeping in.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've got to thank the wonders of the modern world, because on the YouTube chat function, someone has come and saved us and told us number 16 for Ireland is Diego O'Reilly. So,
oh yes,
Diego O'Reilly, you're finally getting your shout out.
Yeah. You had a minute from heaven. A minute from heaven. 3 crucial defensive interventions. He can take a bow. He can take a bow. The result might not end the way that Ireland want, but him personally, got to be happy with his work.
Absolutely. Kept his side in touch for longer than they might otherwise have been. Wales, though, still just sweeping through in ways. There's no sense here of them thinking about taking their foot off the gas. Maguire. I think the referee unhappy with just some of the chat from one of the Ireland players, so he's just having a bit of a chat with him. I think Ireland will have 6 here. Sorry, I think Wales will have 6 here, rather.
Yeah, penalty for chat. Oh, Wales fumble the ball immediately. Good break there for Ireland, and Ireland are able to run into their transition.
Diego Bailey is on again. Can they get the ball to him in an attacking sense? We've seen his defensive prowess.
I mean, he's obviously got wheels. Good scoop. They look to come this side, but you know, they've come to the same side the vast majority of the game, and Wales are able to just crab across as a unit, and snuff out any space that was available. And in the end, it just seems a little bit too easy for Wales. Seems like we've said that an awful lot over these past 2 days.
Yeah, they've been very, very impressive, and it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, this is slick. This is oh so slick from Wales, and that's a lovely, lovely try. Rhys Rutley finishes it off, but it was classic Welsh handling. Actually, it was a throwback to 1970s rugby union, as Wales just moved the ball from left to right, teasing defenders out and opening up holes.
So good, it's so good. And what's so impressive about their transition is the players that are coming onto the pitch are sweeping round at depth and with pace. So when the ball does go, they've not got to break stride, they're running onto the ball gets popped into space. And you know, if you're running against a retreating defence and you're always hitting that ball at pace, there is only ever one winner. And Wales in their transition have just been too good for Ireland.
Pick of the bunch there. From an aesthetic point of view, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And a 9-3 advantage it's handed them. What can Ireland do? It's a good pick.
He's half, unfortunately. Can't score as half. Half court. Ball gets turned over.
A funny one, that, because you'd think you'd know it. But in their desperation, just making a bit of an error there.
I've got to say, I keep thinking that Ireland have 7, 8 players on because the referee's kit is slightly clashing. Every now and again I'm like, hold on, there's too many people on the pitch, but it's just the refs in the line.
It is a bit of a funny one. The players have been all right with it, but
it's done me over a couple times.
And you've got your long distance vision sorted.
yeah, I know you'd think with glasses I'd be able to make that distinction, but apparently not. I think that's a picture we've seen all too often for Ireland. Ball carrier isolated with no support, everyone static around them, and Wales are able to just crab across and shut out any space, not allowing Ireland any momentum. And it just comes to its natural end. 6 touches, turnover, and Wales have been ever so comfortable in defence in this second half.
And keeping up with the wonders of modern tech, we're even able to say thank you to the person that gave us the information about Diego O'Reilly. How incredible is that? That kid 66 on the YouTube chat. You've certainly impressed us with
yeah, speedy reply as well. Oh, unlucky. Tough one to reel in.
Get up.
About 2 minutes left. I think Ireland here would love to keep Wales under 10, and they'd love to finish with a score or maybe 2 of their own. Wales, well, probably thinking exactly the same actually, except we'd love to get over 10 and love to keep Ireland out. Let's see which side succeeds.
Yeah, I think
forward pass.
I knew you were going to pick that up. I was about to start speaking and I was like, hold on. Forward pass is coming.
It's just so simple to police, you know.
Oh, I think that's very, very indicative of Ireland's game so far. Just falling at the final hurdle on too many occasions and letting Wales off the hook, and maybe players guilty of not being completely on the same page, or maybe this team has just succumbed to Wales' fast pace and intensity in defence. But Wales have just been too good in this game, and an Ireland side that we're normally so used to seeing pace and power, direction.
Wales just having a forced sub here for that slightly firm touch after the ball had gone. Referees had a bit of a chat and forced the sub, and back up to 6, so nothing too bad.
Yeah, it was just one of them unnecessary ones. It's just not needed, and refs are very hot on if it's completely unnecessary and not within the spirit of the game, then it gets pinged very quickly.
Particularly when you're 9-3 up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No need for it. No need for it. Heat of battle and all that, but
last few moments of the game, Ireland would love a score here. They've succeeded in job 1 of keeping it under 10, just get touched there. There's probably not going to be enough time for Wales to do anything about that. So job 1 done for Ireland. Can they do job 2 and get another score for themselves?
No, it's a better dump. They've been able to get people up. They go long. They are going to be able to finish positively. Lovely score in the corner. Right on the hooter.
Matthew Cockton with the try. He had one chalked off earlier, but he's got another one to his name now, and that's a solid finish for Ireland. We set them the task, not that they know we set them the task, but we set them the task, didn't we, of keeping Wales under 10 and going and getting one for themselves, and that's exactly what they've done, and shows the spirit that this Ireland side have to be able to finish off like that.
Yeah, they kept going right to the end and, you know, got the defensive shutout, was able to go down the other end and get a good score to finish, but Wales just too good for Ireland in this case, and I'm very much looking forward to the game to round off the day.
Absolutely, and a strong performance, as you say, from Wales. Very, very good work from Wales. Well, I mean, Wales, good work in all divisions, as we've been saying. They're a fantastic set of players across them all, and this men's 18 side showing just that, beating Ireland 9-4, and it's Wales that are on again next. We switch across to the women's under 18 competition. 3:50 that game kicks off, Wales against South Africa, so do stick with us for that.
So that basically means